All right, so we'll take a minute just to ground and get used to the idea of moving intuitively with the body and mindfully. So closing eyes, sitting tall. Let's take 5 deep breaths. Just feeling yourself arriving into the moment with every breath. And hopefully you're able to leave the day behind a little bit as we now shift into our practice. Let's take the chin down to the chest. You can blink your eyes open if you want to, and then just start to roll your head from one side to the other. And then all the way back up. Lovely. Okay, so arms out to the sides, palms are going to face up. Let's lift them all the way up towards the sky. If you can touch the hands together, do. If not, don't worry. And then resting down. Good. So try not to bend at the elbows, so it's not this. It's very much this, or just spread the hands and go up as high as you're able to. Yeah, lovely. Good. And one more. Wonderful. Release one hand over to the side, a nice little side stretch, just really reaching over as far as you're able to here. And pressing into fingertips and doing the same on the other side. Lovely. And all the way back. Good. Seated cat-cow. Lift and squeeze your knees as you rise up. Exhaling, opposite shape, chin to chest, shoulders to ears. And again, lift and pull. Rounding forward and down. One more time. Good. Then open out your arms nice and wide, squeezing between shoulders. Arms come up and overhead. Lifting tall once again. Good, up and over. One more. And then lift, sit as tall as you can. Good, and drop the hands behind you without moving the torso. If you can, squeeze between shoulders and then pull the hands away. Yeah, lovely. Depending on how you're sat, you might want to just tip forwards, taking the forehead towards the floor, arms up and over. And breathing in, rising all the way back up. Lovely. And release. So let's take one leg out to the side. Let's try and do the same side. So this is my left, it'd be your right if your screen's mirrored, and we'll remove flesh out from under sit bones. Start with the back of the hand somewhere against the leg. It doesn't need to be too far down. You just kind of choose where feels comfortable and open out with the top arm. Good. Really squeeze between your shoulders here, and then let's go to clap the hands towards each other. Then opening back out. Clapping again. One more. Lovely. Now open. This time, arm comes up alongside the ear, and if you're able to, you come a little lower down towards the thigh. Lovely. Inhale, lifting tall, hand by your bent knee. We're going to push and rise up into a side stretch here. And then if you lift your hands straight up, the foot that I'm waving around, that one's going to come in line with your knee, and then you'll rise up here. And then just ensure this heel is in line with the knee. And what tends to happen is our hips do this as best you can, square them off. And we're going to tip over our extended leg. Lovely. So this is gate pose or parigasana. Wonderful. Rise back up, hand down to the side again. Lift your arms straight up and then swing your leg back to where it was. And if you can, you'll just come to sit again. Yeah. Sometimes it's more graceful than others. We're going to scoop up our leg and come into our cradle, rock the baby. Again, trying to think about sitting tall, drawing the shin towards the torso. Make sure your toes are pointing directly up. Good, then we'll take hold of our foot or your leg, doesn't matter where, but you just want the leg to be fully straight, so make sure you feel the stretch. Yeah, it can be your thigh, it doesn't need to be high. Maybe you can start pulling the toes a little bit closer towards you, flexing the foot, and then that will feel like a deeper stretch. Lovely, and release and switch. We're going to again move flesh out from the bent side so we feel nice and grounded. Take the back of the hand against the leg somewhere, opening out, and the squeeze is coming from between the shoulders. Lovely, and then go to clap the hands towards each other. Nice, opening out, clapping together. One more time. Lovely. Good, now open out. If you're able to, maybe you take hold of your foot, draw your waist a little closer to the thigh, and the arm will extend alongside the ear. Good, palm faces down towards your extended leg. Wonderful. Rise back up, take the hand next to the bent leg, swing your arm all the way up and over, push the hips to the front, nice side stretch. Again, we're going to lift our bent foot, slide it back so it's in line with the knee, press and rise up, ensuring heel and knee are fairly in alignment. Square off with your hip and then come into your gate pose. Wonderful. Let's rise back up slowly. Hand comes down to the floor, arm extends. You're going to swing your foot back out underneath you and lower down. Excellent. Then bring the extended leg right in towards you for your cradle. Good, and again, taking hold of foot or thigh or somewhere on the leg, lifting the leg high. Flexing your toes back towards you to deepen the stretch. Good, and then we can release. So if you just swing your legs around however you need to come into your all fours position. And we'll start with our cat-cow and then build up. Good, so if we think about a nice even back bend as we send our chest forward, shoulders slide down the back. Then pushing away from the floor, arching through your spine. Imagine you're pushing up. Good, coming forward again. The heart leads the movement. Pushing away. One more time. Then open the knees out wide, bring the big toes together, and we're going to creep our hands forwards, coming onto the fingertips. Yeah, so you're dropping down into your child's pose. Press down into your hands, swap them for your elbows, take the palms together, and then push back so you're creating a little more of a back bend here, sending the bottom up. And then pressing into your elbows, hands come down, and knees in line under hips. Good, so you're going to open out to face towards me, extending up through the top arm. And then if you just ensure you don't lock the bottom one, so keep a slight bend into it, we're going to press into the top of this foot here and raise up with our leg. Good. Then you can lower the leg, it's going to float and bring the arm up and overhead. Lovely, and with control, rise back up. Lower. Lift. Lower. And lift. Good, knee towards the elbow, hollow out the stomach as you go. Lovely, and open. Squeezing in. Open. Squeeze. Open. Hardest one yet. You're going to flex your foot and bring it forwards, holding it in line with your hip for 1. Good, 2, 3, 4, 5. Drop the foot by the hand or pick it up and help it. I'm going to swing both arms up, tuck under through the tailbone, and then sink the hips low. Lovely, and just press to lift. And coming down a few times. Wonderful. We're going to open out. So if you take hold of each thigh in the opposite hand and really see if you can twist to look behind you. So yeah, facing this way. Other way. Switch your hands over so they hold the opposite. Yeah, that's it. Good. Yeah, back of the hand is a good one as well. And just keep pulling this shoulder around. Wonderful. The hand that's on the knee is going to come to the floor. We're tucking under through our back leg and then lifting our arm towards the sky. Lovely. Really reach out through the heel on the back side. And you can drop down with the knee, untuck your toe, take the hand onto the same knee, roll to the outside edge of your foot, and then send the chest forwards. Good. Either keep your leg where it is if that's comfortable, or bring it back into the midline. It's kind of your choice. And take both hands on the inside of the foot. If you are able to, you can walk your hands further forwards, or possibly drop down onto the forearms and sending the crown of the head as far forward as possible. Walking the hands back up. And so now we're going to frame around our front leg, tuck under through the back toe, and step to downward facing dog. And here you'll enjoy a nice little wriggle and a pedal out through the legs. So if you wish, you can tuck one foot behind the other leg and apply a bit more pressure and weight through that leg to stretch it. Do the same on the other side. Good, and then we're going to send whatever leg through to then be able to switch all the way around towards the back end of the mat and come into your plank pose. Lovely. Drop down with the opposite knee and roll to the inside of the back leg. So just taking your time to set up, making sure you feel comfortable. We can flex our foot and lift it. And then we're going to lower our arm and our leg slowly, keeping the foot off the floor. Good, and rising back up. Sinking down. Lifting tall. Good, we'll do one more. Lift. And then sucking in with the abdominals, knee to elbow. Open out. Squeezing in. Open out. Squeezing in. Open, and then here we're going to flex, bring our leg forwards, hold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Drop the foot by the hand, or again, help it out. Spread your toes, press to rise, tucking under through the tailbone. Lovely, and sinking down. Good, lifting. Lowering. 2 more. And then open out to face towards me again. We're going to take hold of both thighs, or that back hand can again rest to the lumbar spine. Lovely, and pull around. If you're able to, look over your shoulder. Good. Release the hand that's on the knee to the floor. Extend the arm that's behind you, tuck under through the back leg and reach out for the heel. Lovely. See if you can look towards the thumb. Then dropping down with the knee, untucking the toe, take your hand to the knee, push it away from you and heart leads forwards. So again, you have the option to keep your knee and your foot in this position, or you can bring them into the midline, which is a little harder, but less stretchy for the hips. So we're coming as low as possible. Maybe you can walk your arms forwards. Maybe you just take the hands down. Maybe you're on the elbows. It really doesn't matter. And just breathing wherever you get to in this position. using the out breath to help you release. Walking the hands back up, frame around the front leg, tuck under through the back toe, and step again to downward facing. This time, rise up and down onto the balls of the feet, and then lowering the heels to the floor. Good, repeat a couple of times. Lovely. And now walk your feet up towards the hands. Hands back towards the feet. You can bend your knees and we'll take a nice gentle Uttanasana forward fold. Press against your shins or thighs, lengthen forwards halfway. Then fold, holding the backs of the legs. You can bend your knees still, but try and get your head towards the shins. Good. Inhale, lift, lengthen again. Exhale, repeat. Inhale, lengthen. Last one, rounding. Then press down into your legs, rise through each of the vertebrae all the way to stand, keeping the head down just for a moment more. And lifting the head. Lovely. So a few face forwards, and then we'll just do a couple of standing balances here. So let's start with tree. Such a classic. So you can either go heel against ankle, you can take it to the shin, or lift the leg up and then place it as high on the thigh as possible. Hands to heart to start off with. Good. So try to avoid this position with the hips. As best you can, you're going to lower your lifted hip so that they're nice and level. Yeah, it's trying to find that movement in the hip socket. Lovely. Then let's open our arms out to the side. Shoulders can relax down, and we're going to corkscrew our arms. So taking them one way, then the next, and you're kind of curling your hands back towards you. Maybe you're taking them into fists. Fantastic. And if you find your balance is a little off, look down towards the floor, it'll make it easier. Good, release, and release the leg. So we're going to do it in reverse. If we come onto the other side, again, just think about the hips first, so keep them square. Lovely, so instead of hands to heart, this time we're going to go behind us and see if you can take hold of your elbows maybe. And squeeze between the shoulders. See how that just changes the posture a little bit. You can think more about what the lumbar spine is doing, the tailbone. Lovely. And then just to make it really difficult, I'm going to drop the chin down to the chest. Try and find a fixed point on the floor as you just turn your head one way. And then slowly down. Over to the other way. And it's so difficult. And then back down to the center. And releasing arms, releasing leg. Not easy, is it? So we're going to spread toes again, have a slight kind of bounciness to the leg. You're going to bend the knee, and then if you cross over with the opposite kind of ankle, so you're not going on the shin and it's not the foot, it's very much the side of the foot really. Hand to the heart, bottom out behind you, and then the lower you sit down, bring the bottom in line with the knee, the closer you can start to bring your chest towards the leg. Wonderful. Keep your breath steady. Then press, rise to stand, take hold of thigh or around the shin, lift the leg towards you and make some circles with the foot. And then circles in the other direction. Lovely. And then release with control, unlike me. Good. Bend your leg. Do the same on the other side. Again, so bottoms out, sinking low. Then you can bring the chest down. Keep trying to push the knee down towards the floor using strength from the bottom of the hips. Lovely. Yeah, concentrate on your drishti, your gaze point. Then press, rise back up, taking hold of your leg, pulling the knee towards you, circle straight away with the ankle. And the other way. Good, and releasing. Lovely. Okay, to finish, we'll come through our malasana, your yoga squat. If you've got a block or something you want to sit on, you're more than welcome to. We'll take hands to heart. Inhale, lift, look up. And exhale, slowly take the knees to the sides, hands lower as the hips lower, coming into your yoga position. Good. And then you can just adjust with your feet accordingly and really pressing out against the knees. Wonderful. Just soften the gaze, relax the face here, and try to relax the body. And either taking your hands behind you, or if you're quite low, you can just sit down and then take the soles of the feet together and hold either under your feet or on your ankles and just do a little butterfly movement. Then sitting tall, peeling the feet open as though you're reading a book to draw the knees down. Just connecting with the breath here. And then coming to a cross-legged position, whatever feels comfortable. Hands together, closing eyes. Take 5 really intentional breaths. And releasing hands, releasing the head down. And blink your eyes open. And we'll end there. Thank you very much. Thank you.